Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
My name is Lauren. Before I thought more about God, I was just like everyone else, a sinner. I still am, as of today, a sinner. But then, one Saturday, I was blessed to go with some of the youth to the Thanksgiving potluck at Harrisburg. I had lots of memorable moments, but not only did I have fun singing and eating. That day, my whole thoughts about God changed. I remember there was this one prayer that I was really focusing on. I don't remember why it touched me so much, but I really listened and tried to connect with God at that moment. I had more amazing opportunities to go to these church events. Because of these opportunities, it helped me improve my relationship and faith with God. The Thanksgiving potluck became the foundation of my spiritual journey with God. A couple months later, I started taking the English ministry more seriously. I used to just goof around and write on paper or envelopes. Now I take notes. I've been inspired by others, and personally, I thought they'd be useful over time. Pastor Jin said in baptism class once that he'd start to call on us to pray in the English ministry. Not only was it an opportunity to try and be more comfortable with praying out loud, but it was a great opportunity to show how much of the lesson we paid attention to. Now I was really determined and I would focus. The first time Pastor Jin called on me to pray, I was panicking mentally. I thought about writing what I wanted to say down, but I realized it wasn't from the heart. I eventually did pray without reading on a paper. I spoke about what I had personally learned and thought about the lesson, thus leading to, on Sunday the 31st of March in English ministry, I remember Pastor Jin mentioning about having a relationship with God and to separate ourselves from the real world from everybody else. To me, when Pastor Jin said relationship with God, I thought like having a connection with God, a very strong connection. I have tried to make an effort to connect with God at home by making it a habit to pray every night and before my tests. Sunday, March 24th, I had just learned more about baptism class, about the Holy Spirit. So that night, I prayed to the Holy Spirit and just tried to confess my thoughts and silently asked the Holy Spirit to help me with this speech. What is prayer? To me, prayer is like communicating with God, trying to build a relationship with Him or confessing. I have learned more about worshiping as well. Before I joined the main band, I initially wasn't going to audition, but then my mom wanted me to join the main band. At the last minute, I did audition and got in. I'm not gonna lie, at first I initially decided to do it to make my mom happy. Then, over time, I began to become more grateful. I tried to really take in the lyrics of the song, not just singing the songs. During Summit Grove, when they were praising, I saw tons of people lifting up their hands. Personally, I've thought about trying to as well. I never really did try because I was scared of what others would think. I tried lifting up my hands in Summit and it wasn't bad. Afterwards, I've been trying to slowly lift my hands up, though they might not be noticeable yet, but I'm trying. More often. I must have the spirit of the truth, otherwise I'm not worshiping. I have to have more desire or passion. The week after Summit Grove was when I had realized I should have been asking God to pray for them. I often forget to pray for others sometimes. One Sunday during baptism class, Pastor Jin suggested we all try to make time to read the Bible. After that, I have made a promise to read the Bible or make time for God at least once a day. So I read at least one chapter of the Bible each day. I'm not gonna lie, it's not much, but it's a start. But because of this, it has given me more time to connect with God, more connections personally with my life now, being able to share more about the gospel to friends. Before, I never really shared about the gospel to my friends in the beginning because of what they would have thought or the outcome. But in Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 to 20, NIV, it says, "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of age." Also in Philippians chapter 2, verse 13, NIV, It says, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." I know from Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 to 20, and Philippians chapter 2, verse 13, that Jesus will always be with us, no matter what, and that whether the outcome is good or bad, in the end of the day, it's all part of God's plan. Learning about how God created mankind and humans and chose what their personalities are will help us to be less selfish, will help me to be less selfish. We are the creation of God. God created us and brought down his one and only Son, Jesus, meaning that we are in debt towards Jesus because he has sacrificed himself for our sins. Overall, I have accepted Christ in my life, and I am grateful for my youth and church, for I know that it's hard to find such a loving and well-connected group of Christians out in the real world, and I know that they'll be with me during my walk through faith. Thank you for listening to me.